Good morning. Today we are working on CO42. I can evaluate expressions with fractions like yesterday, but this time we're using multiplication and division. So we need to review how do we multiply and divide those fractions. What are the rules to multiply? Bennett. Multiply straight across, and then we do what? Simplify, simplify, simplify. So to multiply, we multiply straight across. And then we simplify. So looking at the first one, multiply it straight across both the numerator and the denominator. 3 times 1 is 3. 7 times 2 is 14. And then we have to simplify. Can we simplify that one? Oh, that's as simple as it gets. So that is our final answer. If we look at our mixed numbers, who remembers the rule for mixed numbers? Because we can't multiply across when we have whole numbers in there. What do we do, Nolan?
Turn the mixed number to a fraction.
How do we do that?
So, the denominator, you multiply it by the whole number, and then you add the numerator.
Yeah. So we do the denominator, multiply by the whole number, and then we add on that numerator. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, and then that denominator stays the same. Then we have 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, denominator stays the same. Now we can multiply across. So first you have to change the mixed numbers to just an improper fraction, multiply that. Then we have our two fractions like we've been doing, multiply across. Dividing fractions, what's our rule? Sarah. First step, flip second fraction. Then our steps are the same. Multiply across. As we flip from dividing to multiplying, flip our second fraction, and then we simplify. So we're going to rewrite 3 over 2, instead of divide, we flip to multiply, and our second fraction we flip to its reciprocal. Now we can multiply across, and then we simplify. When you have a whole number, how do we turn a whole number into a fraction? Adeline. Put a 1 under it. And then you flip to the reciprocal and multiply across. If it's a whole number, a mixed number, you need to make sure you turn it into that improper fraction. So when we multiply and divide with fractions, we don't leave whole numbers. We turn them into we turn them into improper fractions. So we don't want any mixed numbers. We want just fractions. If we're dividing, we have to flip it to multiply and flip that second fraction so we can multiply across. So when we are doing our work down below, we are putting in our values. If we see the two letters right next to each other, what operation is that, Lexi? Multiplication. If we see the division symbol, we know it's divide. If we see a fraction bar, what operation is that? Emerald? Division. So what you do, the first thing you do is you set up your equation. A times B, so A is 1/4, times B is 7/10. I'm going to multiply across and multiply across. 1 times 7 is 7. 4 times 10 is 40. Then I look, can I simplify it? Can I get any smaller? Is there something I can divide out of 7 that I can also divide out of 40? I see a few of us shaking our heads no. I cannot simplify any lower, so that is my final answer. Down here with the questions, which is greater, A divided by C or B times D? You have to do the math. Figure out what A divided by C is, figure out what B divided by D is, and see which one is the bigger answer, which one is greater. On the bottom, using any two of the values above and the operations of multiplication or division, what is the largest value you can make? So try out, if you see what the biggest value is, you can make either multiplying or dividing. And then using any of the two values above and the operations of multiplication or division, what is the smallest value you can make? So on yesterday's objective, we were trying to find a value that is between 1/2 and 1, a value that was between 1 and 2. This time, we just want to find the biggest fraction and the smallest fraction that we do. Any questions? How are we feeling about multiplying and dividing fractions? Should we work a few out together, or are we remembering? Show me with your thumbs. Okay. I will have the answer book over by me, so if you want to come and check and make sure, hey, am I multiplying or dividing correctly on those top ones before I get into putting in our values? I want to make sure I'm on the right track. You can come over and we can check it off, no problem. Remember, tomorrow is a Friday, but we are doing our last objective of this unit. So tomorrow is going to be an objective time. I do have some friends staying after school today working on retakes. I'm after Wednesday and Thursday next week for retakes. There are some of us that still have retakes to take care of. So make sure you're staying after school to get help with those, as we're not having a class day of retakes tomorrow. Remember, we don't have school Monday, so Tuesday's our review day. Wednesday will be the practice test. Thursday will be the real test next week. All right, so let's try to stay on top of the retakes that we have to get done, so we're ready for this new test. Khan Academy due tonight. So if you haven't done your con yet, you haven't finished your con yet, when you're done with today's assignment, you're working on Khan Academy. Math packets are due on Tuesday. If you get it to me by tomorrow, I will show you what you need to make corrections on for Tuesday. If you're watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.